Hey everyone, back in the studio with another episode of the Creator Speak podcast.
Another episode.
How y'all been?
Yes.
What's going on?
I'm in the studio with my Gen Zs. They're gonna tell you who they are.
Yes, sir.
Yes, my name is Saray, Gen Z co-host.
My name is Marquise, Gen Z co-host.
My name is Josiah, Gen Z co-host.
Yes, indeed. So we are getting ready now to bring with you by phone a very, very, very special guest. Let me get her. Come on, y'all. Come on. Let's call.
Can I do the thingy?
Ooh. Wait, do it one more time.
One more time.
Oh my God. Behave yourselves.
Sorry.
No, you're not. You're not sorry.
I am. I'm sorry.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi.
How are you?
We are happy to have Olivia Simmons.
Yes.
Come on, Gen Zs. We're happy to have Olivia Simmons with us by phone on today. You know, she's not able to be in person, but she was so sweet to give her time and join us today. So, I've created this little fairy sound for you. They've created this fairy sound for you. I personally found Olivia's page to be so inspiring just by the things that I saw her doing and her presence and the fact that she's a believer. Right?
Yeah.
She loves the Lord, and I just was so inspired by her. So Olivia, I want you to tell everyone a little bit about yourself.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Olivia Simmons. I am a worship leader. I am a plus size influencer. God brought that to my doorstep. I was not looking for that. And I'm also an author of my second book, which actually should be coming out within the next few weeks. I love God. I love family. I love fashion. I love makeup. I love people. I mean, that's who I am. I mean, I'm very laid back.
Yes. And don't forget brand ambassador. You can hit the claps on that too. Because we
Can't forget that.
You can't forget that. So now that we have Olivia here, my co-host, they have some questions. They got some good questions. So we're going to start with, you can let her know who you are.
Hi, my name is Saray.
Hello.
Okay, so the first picture I saw of you was wearing like a Thule skirt, and I was just like, yes, like that was cute. That was cute. But I just have a few questions. So my first question would be like, what were your struggles like entering into the world with the standard beauties that they have for us today?
Okay. So if you look at those pictures now, you would not think that that girl in those pictures had issues like with low self-esteem. I grew up with heavy low self-esteem because I did not like what I saw in the mirror. I was always that shy person, or I was a person that always like stood in the background because of how I looked. I didn't think that I fit in today's society. I just felt like I was that nice person, but I just did not feel great about myself. And the Lord Jesus had a come to Jesus meeting with me over a year ago, in which he set me down and said, you are fearfully and wonderfully made in my sight. And that, you know, the word of the Lord says that to let us make man in our image. So when I look in the mirror, I see God. And so after God had that come to Jesus meeting with me, like my whole mindset just shifted. And that's when I began to really come into myself and love who I saw in the mirror. So it has been a journey, a big journey. But no matter what, if I have on makeup or if I have nothing on my face or whatever, I look at myself, I say, you know what, girl, you are beautiful. You are beautiful.
Sweet.
You are amazing. So it's just like you have to speak those affirmations to yourself until you begin to believe what the Lord God said about you. So, yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah,
no,
that
seriously.
is.
And I think we all know what that's like to not be okay 100%, you know, especially with the outer appearance. Good question, Sarah. I think she has another one too.
I just have one more. So I was looking on your page and I seen that you have a book coming out called My Sister's Keeper.
Yes.
And I was just
Yes, I
like
do.
the the name of it kind of caught my attention, so I was just wondering if you could let us know what that's about.
Sure. The name of the book is called My Sister's Keeper, The Joy of the Journey. My sister passed away. It would actually be 4 years on Tuesday.
My condolences.
Yeah. It was just two of us. My sister's name was Joy. And the Lord actually gave me that second part of the title maybe a couple of months ago, because through it all, I did find joy in the journey into finding who I am. I tell half of the story. The first half of the book is about my sister. I tell bits and pieces of her life from the time I found out that she was coming, and I end up, like the last part about her, I actually walk you through the day that she died. So I take you through every single step, because she died of an unknown autoimmune disease. And I was there with her. I actually share a lot of this in the book. At the time when she passed, I was not working. And I was trying to figure out, like, well, Lord, why am I not getting these jobs? Like, I would need these interviews. I was going through, but they would not hire me. And then I realized that my sister was my assignment.
Jeez.
And I'll try my best not to get emotional.
It's okay. It's okay. Thank you for sharing that.
The first half of the book, like I said, I talk about her as my sister's childhood memories. I talk about her as a mother. I talk about her as a worship leader.
Wow.
And then I talk about her sickness. And like I said a few moments ago, the last chapter about her is the day that she died. But I also break down what exactly is a sister's keeper. And the second half of the book is about me. It's about my life since she said, see you later. And I talk about how Jesus in therapy healed me. I had to have therapy. Like after my sister passed, because it was so much that I was walking through, trying to be like the auntie to my nephew. My sister had one son. And when she passed away, he was only 9 years old. He's now 13. So it's like he became my sole person that I was looking after until he started living with his dad. Like I talk about Jesus with therapy. I talk about finding myself even as a plus size influencer. I talk about that, how that came to my life. I talk about bracing yourself to be loved. And I also talk about like my own personal alabaster box. And really just had that thought of like, Lord, somebody's going to be blessed by this. Like with me sharing this story, somebody's going to be able to identify how they can overcome grief, how they can be their sister's keeper. It's just so many things. So yeah.
That is amazing. That's amazing. Yeah. We need to hit that over on, we have this is one of our favorites because we like to encourage people, and you know, just this is why we have the platform. This is why it's here, because God is using you as an instrument to, you know, share your gift of writing, your form of expression through all of your hardships and sorrows and all of the difficulties, you know, to just get to a place to share. We thank God for you, for your gift. That you're willing to share with the world. So look at Saray. You see, Saray done started all of this stuff up in here. This is this generation that we have. They're very intuitive, and I enjoy how they're learning from you. So thank you for that. We have another Gen Z, too, that's here. Is going to introduce himself. He has questions as well.
Hello. My name is Marquise. How you doing?
Oh, fine, Marquise. How are you?
I'm good. Like, did you always want to be a plus size influencer?
No, I didn't even know that was in me. That actually, I'm telling you, because like, okay, I talk about it in the book, but growing up with like the low self-esteem, I wore clothes that were too baggy, too big, a little older than myself, because I was hiding behind, you know, what the Lord had blessed me with. I wanted to have like a photo shoot to really embrace.
That's right. Come on, photo shoot. You need to clap on that one too. We support photo shoots and any form of looking cute and getting dressed up and wearing nice things. So go ahead, woman of God.
So I had a photo shoot just to embrace. I couldn't put my finger on it, but I just knew that something special was waiting for me. And so I wore some clothes that I've never in a million years would have worn, like leather pants. Like, I mean, I just said that
That's
wasn't
cool.
me.
My
That's dope.
God.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope.
Definitely.
That just wasn't me. When I say totally out my comfort zone, like totally out my comfort zone. And I tagged the store, the company that I was, the clothes I was wearing. And so they reached out to me. They was just like, we want to put you as far as like with the customer spotlight. And I was just like ecstatic because I've been wearing this name brand, this store brand for like years. And when they reached out to me, I was just like really happy. And so they shared my picture on Instagram, and I was getting all the love about that. And then when someone tagged me on Facebook, I totally forgot. I was like, oh God, I was like, yeah, they got a Facebook page.
Wow.
And like this, their company, their company page had like over 1 million likes, and I was just like,
Wow.
whoa.
Yeah, they're
like,
huge. They're big in the
Wow.
plus size. Yeah, they're big.
And I was nervous, and then I began to see the comments that people were saying about me. Like, I had a lot of people that was pushing me and just loving my picture, but then I began to experience cyberbullying.
Up. We coming into that. We coming into that zone.
That's actually leading to my next question. So, if you can change anything about that, like what would you change, like about the social media part, because it's like a very big influence in our society now today.
Yeah, if I could change, I guess like the people's responses, but I learned that a lot of people choose social media to hide. They use social media to hide behind, and it's just like, I'm not gonna lie, like it really took me to a place. It took me back to when I was getting bullied in school.
Jeez.
I used to get bullied in school, like by my size and everything. And the thing about it is, though, like some of the same people that used to bully me in school, now they be like, "Oh my gosh, you're so pretty." And,
You should
it's not.
It's okay. It's okay. We got you.
I be wanting to go off. I'm like, I'm like, well, thank you.
Right.
That's the Lord
Right.
Jesus that's in me. But the meeting is like for real. But it took me back to a place of being bullied in school. So, like, cyberbullying is real.
It's a real
real.
thing.
I don't care if you're a young person or older person. And so, like I said, I had people that was pushing me, like really complimenting me, and then I had people in the comments that were fussing and cussing each other out because of my picture. And then, like, I had people who were Peters. I call them Peters. I had Peters in my life that, go to the Bible. You know how they talk about how Peter, cut off the ear. I had people.
He raised up that bodyguard for you. God will do that. He will bring somebody to defend you.
Yeah, so I had a lot of Peters that were, Olivia, don't worry about it. We gonna say such. But God told me to be quiet, and I said, God, why I can't say anything? Like, I wanted to defend myself because, of course, when you're being like bullied, you want to defend yourself, but the Lord Jesus told me to be quiet and not say a word.
Yeah,
and that was so hard.
On the other side, you are.
Facts. Yeah.
You are dope. Okay.
Yeah, facts.
So, yeah. Anyhow, right?
Exactly.
Anyhow. We didn't give them no more room. They ain't getting no more platform.
Yeah. See, I had to be obedient to God because it was hard.
Yeah.
I wanted to go off. I was like, quiet. And the next day, the head of the company, came out with we do not body shame. And, they really set these people off. Like that one picture, I think I sent it.
You did. I'm definitely going to share it. I didn't share. I saved that in our marketing strategy. But there is one picture. I don't want to forget this part. Was that the one? I know you had something that hit 1 million views. Was that it? Was it that picture or was it something else?
The 1 million views, that was my reel that I did with X Plus Wear. That was my first official reel that I did with them. Like when we did
1 million views on a reel. Oh my goodness! What were you doing on the reel? Just real quick, what were you doing?
I was just showcasing clothes, and God allowed X Plus Wear to come right at the same moment I was getting bullied by the other.
Wow.
Crazy.
Yeah, because like the other company, like I had on the all black, but when the other people I had like this white sequin top and that black cool skirt, that was X Plus wear. So the same time I was getting bullied on one site, here was X Plus wear. They were like pushing my photos. I had never heard of X Plus wear until like 2 months before I took my photos.
What?
So it was
X Plus wear is big. I'm speaking from the BG community. That's big girls, in case you don't know, because I am proudly one. So yeah, I was telling them like X Plus wear is big. I know they had a chance to peek at it, and that is such a great representation, you know, for, you know, just to inspire across the board. Thank you for that. Josiah is here.
Yeah.
You have another Gen Z. He has some good ones. From see what he has too.
Hi, my name is Josiah.
Hi, Josiah.
Hi. So you were just talking about how the cyberbullying and stuff like that. Like, I know that could be really discouraging, and it's just like, you know, that can make you. That's an obstacle, you know, just seeing all that. So I was gonna ask, if that wasn't the biggest obstacle, what was the biggest obstacle you've overcome being a plus size influencer?
Really showing the world who I am, because it goes back to how I used to hide, and it's like now it's like I'm very exposed. Years ago, I didn't want to share my size, like, you know, share those intimate details about myself.
Yeah.
So that's one thing. Being a brand ambassador, you have to let the people know, like, this is what size you are, da 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 da. Like a long time ago, I would not have shared that.
Wow.
Just say model is size, you know, such and such and such.
Wow.
At first I wasn't doing that, and then I was just like, well, okay, like, all right, Libby. But I think that's just one of the things, because now I have no problem, because I have women coming to my inboxes all the time asking me, like, what size I wear, because, you know, this and that. You know, I have so many questions. Like, they're asking me for advice, and never in a million years I would have thought that I would give women
oh my God,
Yeah.
you're such an inspiration. You are such an inspiration. I'm looking at, you should see their faces. I know them. They captivated, trust me, by what you're saying. I can see how, you know, even God is moving on you while you're talking. Like, I can see it resonating with them. They're connecting with you. Josiah has something else.
I have another question. So, you know, with being a brand ambassador, you know, that's a lot already. You also do praise and worship. So I was going to ask, does balancing being a brand ambassador and being a praise and worshiper get like overwhelming for you?
No, because the first thing, you know, God is first. And,
wait a minute, hold on. We have a clap for that. We have a praise. We're gonna turn that into a praise punch. Mighty God. Yes,
that's first.
Like that.
And that being a brand ambassador, that's like last. I said, Lord, do they realize that their brand ambassador is a follower of you? And it's like, I know they follow my page, and I know they see the things that I post, and it's like, there have been things that they ask me to do, and I stand up for Christianity and be like, no, I refuse, I won't do it. Like I said, this is, you know, my belief in Jesus Christ. I will have to pass on that, but I will do, you know, such and such and such. And they respect it. And it was like, you know, they respect my faith, and they don't pressure me to do it. And I'm just like, God, do these people realize that your child is representing them? So it's just like, it blows my mind about that.
That's amazing. Yeah, that's a blessing.
That definitely takes.
Leader, that's first. That's first. Serving God is first.
We agree wholeheartedly. Even within ourselves, you know, we serve faithfully. You definitely understand and get where you're coming from in that. What I like a lot about you, you know, is your consistent presence. I see you are very engaged, you're very connected, and you're very encouraging. I do have times where I'll be able to catch something you're doing, or even, you know, you'll come up on my timeline or things like that. How do you engage with your audience? Do you prepare to give them something in advance, or is it just more of like a spontaneous, maybe spirit-led
it's
time?
More of a spontaneous. And truth be told, like, when I share, I'm coming from like a transparent place. Like I'm the first participant of first recipient of what I share. It could be anything because it's so simple. It's like, just remember that, trust God, just the plan, just the process, or just remember that, God is able to do exceedingly and abundantly above all we could ever ask or think. It's just like simple things that sometimes we just need a reminder of who God is and His promises for our lives. So most of the time, I'm coming from like a transparent place, like from a place that I'm walking through something or I need to encourage myself, and then I'll just share it with the platform. So
I love it.
I was just like, okay, God, if it's heavy on me, then somebody else needs to hear it.
Somebody is listening. Yeah. And even now, to be able to, like I said, to connect in this generation of, young, aspiring, everyone is influencing. Yeah. Everyone is utilizing social media. Everyone is trying to represent a brand, create a label, be, unique and authentic. And how do we pave the way? How do we get there? So in a space like this, what would you give? What would you say to this upcoming generation that may be inspiring? Not just to do the things that you're doing, but maybe in their own lane. What kind of, word of encouragement or advice would you give them?
I would give the advice of that it's okay to love God. It's okay to serve God. Don't be ashamed of the calling that He has placed upon your life. Just know who He is. Like, it doesn't take a whole lot to just know who He is. Like, just stand up for who God is, and just know that He's got you. Like, no matter what you are walking through, He has you, and that He is walking with you. So I just want to just admonish you and to encourage you to be bold in your faith and be bold in who God has called you to be. Because not only has He called adults, but He's called He's called children, but just know who you are in God and just think of just what He has done for you, and that enough to be an encouragement to stand up for who He is.
Yes.
And that's what I have to say.
I love it. No, I love it. I love it. To leave that footprint of being bold. And this is just, it's reiterating what, myself and others, their parents, and I mean, at least in this studio, there's many, many more sea of young people that we, pray for and we want to reach and encourage as well. So, those that are believers, we want them to be bold. Be bold, wear God boldly, like let Him use your life and show the world who He is. So we could talk to you all day. She's just a sweet spirit. She has said you have such a sweet spirit in here. It's nice and tame and calm.
It's so calm.
You should see them. They're just like very chill. They're on chill mode. Yeah. I would have been yelling at them at least 3 or 4 times if we wasn't talking to you yet. So, no, I truly thank you for taking the time. I do want 2 more points before we wrap up. Is there anything that we should be looking for coming from you that you are willing to share? It could be brief, but I know the book is one. Tell me the name of the book again.
The book is one, and bless God, that should be coming out within the next couple weeks.
Okay, we'll look out for that.
They're working on my book covers and all that. I'm really excited.
And the name one more time. The name of the book one more time.
The name of the book is called My Sister's Keeper: The Joy of the Journey.
Joy of the Journey.
That's coming out. That's been like my main thing that I've been really working on, and then eventually the marketing releases, and hopefully, prayerfully, the Lord may have me to go on a book tour. I don't know.
Listen, let's get a collab. Listen, let's get a praise punch. Why not? Yeah. Like, why not? I mean, it would be amazing, and it's such a tribute, and an honor to the legacy of your sister. So I think that would be a beautiful thing.
You can find me on Instagram at I_am_Olivia Simmons. You can find me there, the same name, at TikTok, I_am_Olivia Simmons. I am on Facebook at Olivia Simmons. And I also have 8 Minutes with God, which is my first book. It actually is a prayer devotional. So 8 MINS WDOD. But yes, but my main one is the I am Olivia Simmons. That's my main one.
Yes, and we are going to be looking into your releases. I'm gonna continue to follow because I love X plus wear, period. I just love the fact that they're making so many plus size women feel comfortable and confident. I'm just so honored again to have you stop by and spend time with us today. So on that note, you have a blessed day.
Thank you too.
And we will touch base soon. We'll be looking out for that book. And we'll be following you on these platforms.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you take care, Olivia.
Right.
Thank you.
All right, bye.
Bye. Have a good day.
All right, thank you.
Oh, stop recording.
I was waiting for you.
2, 1.